who like nothing more than getting under the skin of the Leeds Rhinos, and it's happened often in the past. Will they upset the world champions again here? Team news, and with Ian Millward still away on compassionate leave following the sudden and tragic death of his son, team affairs are in the hands of his assistant Stuart Donlan. Nick Youngquest keeps his place after his first appearance of the season last week against Wigan, and the ex-Wigan star Danny Orr is at halfback. Up front, a debut at last for former Canterbury and Cronulla forward Grant Millington. Brett Ferris returns after missing his first game of the season last week. And on the bench, young James Grehan makes way for Lee Mitchell, who's on a season-long loan from Warrington with a view to a permanent move. The Leeds three-quarter line is still lacking Lee Smith, who last played in their only defeat at Wigan, but Danny Maguire's hoping to maintain his record of scoring against Castleford. 21 tries in 17 meetings with the Tigers, and 11 of them have come here. Up front, Jamie Jones-Buchanan, Wella Huraki, Ryan Bailey, they're all out with injury. Jamie Peacock, MBE, is back after missing last week's win at Widnes. Jay Pitts keeps his place in the second row. And there's a really exciting selection on the bench. The highly rated young hooker Liam Hood will make his Super League debut when he gets on. Brian McDermott and all the Leeds staff are tipping big things for this 20-year-old. Well, it's tight, this ground, and it is always full when these chaps come to town, the Leeds Rhinos. Since beating Castleford in the Cup semi-final last year, they have won 10 of 13 games. They have claimed the Super League title, and they are the reigning World Club champions. In their change strip tonight, the Leeds Rhinos, they won 44-16 at Widnes last week. 2 wins from 3 in Super League, plus that historic victory against Manly in the World Club Challenge. At Castleford, 6 months ago, they faced Leeds in that semi-final. They lost it to a Kevin Sinfield penalty in Golden Point extra time. 5 days after that, they went to Headingley, they lost 56-0, and they looked and they were a spent force on that occasion. They didn't really recover from there on in. But this is a cracking rugby league ground. It's a wonderful, wonderful atmosphere on a night like this. The pitch is always imperfect, Nick, and it's a night for an upset, Steve-O.
Certainly looks that way if you talk to the Castleford fans, and look, the players realised that they did not muscle up against Wigan last weekend. They realised tonight that they are facing a side, World Club champions, but there is so much talent, speed, finesse, it's in abundance in the Rhinos side, and Castleford realise if they allow the same amount of room that they offered to the Warriors, then they're in for a good thrashing. But I think they will lift, and their coach Stuart Donlan feels that this could be very tough indeed.
Richard Owens underneath the kickoff from Kevin Sinfield. It had such hang time on it that there were 3 Rhinos moving in for the kill on the first tackle, and it was led the charge by Brett Delaney, and Castleford will look to work this ball forward towards the halfway line, get a good kick away at the end of this opening set of 6, just settle things down. They really have to after they were beaten badly by Wigan last week, and they will want some improvement. There is Milner, the dummy half. Stuart Donlan will certainly want some improvement. There's the first view we've had of Grant Millington playing the ball there.
You talk about a great kickoff, and it hung there, and it allowed Leeds to get right into the faces, and you can see that Castleford having to kick downfield very, very far down into their own territory, and it's a wonderful thing that Leeds can do. Time and again, they just control the game. Even from the kickoff, they knew that they had the opposition on the back foot.
Well, they're playing with the defensive intensity that they've carried over from the World Club Challenge. They had the same last week against Widnes. And you watch tonight the number of times that they'll push a Castleford man back towards his own try line, even when he's in possession. They gain ground even when they don't have the ball.
Leeds head and feet at the scrum. That was Ablett who got the ball away to Kevin Sinfield.
Wasn't the best pass either, and Sinfield had to reach forward on that. Just a little lack of concentration. And in the past, Eddie, and over the years, they know that Leeds have come here and it's been a battle, but over the past few seasons, they really have had the wood on the opposition. So the Tigers know they're going to lift it, and I think they will. The defence has to improve.
Just over halfway now come the Rhinos, and that is Jay Pitts, who tried to get the ball away. and he succeeded to Zach Hardacre. And Peacock will drive this ball in again before he is hauled down on the last tackle. Opening exchanges of this game here tonight in the Stobart Super League. Up goes the kick from Kevin Sinfield. It's high, it's spiralling. Oh, and it's dropped. It's hacked forward by Ablett. Oh, and it was just too much on it. And the advantage over because he hacked the ball forward, Ablett. The referee rightly gives Castleford the tap 20.
Well, there was nowhere near it. Was a winger in all sorts of trouble there. And very fortunate that he just got a little bit too much weight behind the kick. Well, that will be the writing on the wall. There's no doubt in my mind Brian McDermott will say, right, they're under the pressure with the high kick, let's keep doing it.
Castleford doing their best now to get this ball over the halfway line. This is Jake Emmett. He gets into Leeds territory, but that's the fourth tackle this set of 6. And now Danny Orr just pops the ball up there for Stuart Jones.
Got to be a good kick and chase. Will they get it? They've gone on the blind side. He's got the backspin on it as Danny Orr, and that is brilliant into the in-goal area.
Great kick. Returned with a little bit of interest though by Brent Webb. Sinfield, and here is Ben Jones-Bishop.
But you can see clearly they mean business, the Tigers, tonight.
Yes, they're really getting stuck in, aren't they?
Yeah, they didn't show this enthusiasm last weekend. We expected it, and Leeds certainly do now. They know they're going to be in a big game.
Ablett plays the ball to Burrow. He gets it away to Peacock. Peacock is halted in mid-stride. That's the last tackle. They're still midway inside their own half here. The Rhinos, they'll get the ball away via the boot of Rob Burrow. It'll be run back by Josh Griffin.
Move! Wait! Go! Rob, you're off! Rob!
And McGoldrick again for Castleford. Ryan McGoldrick, quite a character, 7th season at Castleford. And Richard Owen just had a look at the referee then, thought that perhaps there was a swinging arm.
I'm not so sure that's a good option to bring the full back up on that third pass, but they're in a good position. Now this is where they do not panic, control things out there. This is where Danny Orr is so important.
And here is Danny Orr with the hands on the ball, just flips it up to Stuart Jones, but he falls down almost over the legs of Stuart Jones, of the defender on the floor. This is Rangi Chase now. He's hounded down by Callum Watkins.
Great defence by Leeds. No one came out of the line. They just moved across in the slide. Oh, that's easy.
A good chase, though, down this left-hand side, led by Dixon. And Pitts, he goes to ground.
Such an important facet, isn't it, Danny Orr, if he's on song.
Well, at least it's been 2 sets, hasn't it? There's a tremendous defence shown by Castleford. But 2 sets in a row now, Leeds have had to bring the ball off their line. If you want to beat the best teams, you've got to make them do this time after time after time. It's no good just doing it for 5 or 6 minutes. You must repeat this. You must repeat this process.
Well, they certainly have trapped them for the opening 3 tackles this set of 6, and Peacock doesn't make much progress forward. Only 9 metres made on 4. Burrow though to Sinfield, they'll get it wide here.
And should be back to 6. It was touched. I don't think the official's seen it.
Knock on.
Knock on.
Knock on against Leeds.
Well, fortunate the Tigers there, because there was definitely a touch by a Castleford player as they swing it out onto the left-hand side.
Just make sure you get your foot on
Delaney gets the ball away, and you can see that Rob Burrow loses control. What's a knock on?
Josh, out the side of the tackle.
Just couldn't control the ball, Rob Burrow.
Nice and tight.
He's really good though this year as hooker. He was excellent against Manly.
It's all about pressure, and that's something that they lacked last week, the Tigers, but they are getting it together now.
And Chase taking them on. Grabbed and tackled by Callum Watkins, brings him down. There's Richard Owen, here is Orr, he just pops the ball up. That's a big collision. Takes 3 men there to stop Castleford in their tracks. Jake Emmett. It was Milner. Leeds wrestle Oliver Holmes to the ground. Milner again. Here is Orr. And Peacock shot out of the line then There was nowhere for Danny Orr to go, only to the ground.
He was looking for a support player to come a little bit later, just got confused there.
Something here maybe on the right-hand side for the Castleford Tigers. This is Richard Owen. Desperate defence from Danny Maguire to keep him out. Chase again.
Try saver from Maguire. That's good defence as well. That's a poor pass from Rangi Chase.
Yes, it was a bit hopeful. This is Griffin. Griffin trying to get the ball away, couldn't smuggle it out. And it's a turnover because they were caught on the last.
Well, the end of the last two sets have been poor. There was that easy kick that Steve-O commented about, which was lobbed over the top to Jay Pitts. There they've had it turned over in possession. And really, when they get to that part of the field, they need to be a little bit more creative and a little bit better organised.
And the defence that Castleford are showing here is outstanding. And as Sean rightly says, they have to keep this going for more than just 5 or 10 minutes at the start of a match. They've got to keep it going right the way through. Burrow to Sinfield. The runner was Delaney.
Well, normally after about 8 minutes in a game, you'd guarantee that Leeds would have made at least 2 half breaks. They're struggling to get any one away, and that's because of this solid defence. And that play on, oh, well played by Sinfield. Yes, talk about being alert.
He picked up the pieces then, all right. This is the last tackle for Leeds. He plays the ball to Burrow. It goes up off the boot of Maguire. He was under pressure. It goes cross-field. And it's flicked by Zach Hardacre. It's claimed on that far side by Castleford. Danny or rather, barking out the instructions as he scampered in at the play the ball.
Good work by Griffin. Had to be. Looked as though it wasn't going to be a good kick, but he got it. Got the ricochet. Now then, the tough Leeds defence. Boy, we expected it to be a little bit rough and tough, and it certainly is. He'll allow them to play the ball. That's the new rule.
Yes, the call held came just as Millington slipped the pass, so back to the play the ball. No penalties this year.
Interesting to see how Grant Millington settles into the Tigers lineup. He's
40-20 attempt here from Rangi Chase.
It's a cracker. Will it get the bounce? No.
Went the wrong way for the Castleford point of view.
But they've got the numbers there.
And that's Ben Jones-Bishop trying to work the ball forward.
One of the reasons why it might not have bounced over for 40-20, Eddie, is because of how soft the pitch is. You know, when I watched Gossett before the match, you'd be amazed just how far your feet sank into it. And in some ways, not only does that slow down the ball when it bounces, but it slows down some of the quicker players as well. It might have a levelling effect, which just could suit the Tigers here. We might not be quite as quick as your likes of Burrow and Maguire.
This is Lulawai. And a high tackle on Kylie Lulawai. Kirk Dixon shakes his head, doesn't believe it should have been a tackle. Well, it was a high tackle, rather.
Yeah, it was more of a grab, wasn't it, in the end? Billington was low. Now then, will we see the switch to the blind side? It's brought plenty of rewards for Leeds over the last couple of seasons.
First real threat on this Castleford line as Maguire fires a flat pass.
Move, hold the 10, wait.
It's Pitts again, seeing plenty of it. This is Ablett now. Ablett trying to spin his way to the line. They're bang underneath those posts are the Leeds Rhinos. Burrow to Maguire. He passes it wide to Webb, quick hands. That's Hardacre. Webb again. Maguire. And Hall is in the corner, is he? The referee wants to check.
Just checking touch.
It's whether he got a foot in touch, Ryan Hall, before he put the ball down. If he touches the corner post this year, it doesn't matter. But it's this 360-degree turn that he's checking on, and there's nothing wrong there.
Now, the first hit is short, but I think the momentum will be allowed to give this try. It's about half an inch short when he makes first contact. But it's a problem that Castleford had last week. It's been a problem. They're looking for obstruction.
There's definitely contact.
Yeah, there is contact on there. Now, was he moving to go and get into a position? It's a big call now for Richard Silverwood, the video referee. Nothing wrong with the try as far as I'm concerned. You see the ball was short, but the momentum of Ryan Hall's hand, I think this will come up as a TRY.
First threat on the Castleford line from the Leeds Rhinos. First try for the Leeds Rhinos and the outstanding Ryan Hall. 2 tries and man of the match against Manly. 2 tries against Widnes last weekend. That's his 3rd in Super League 2012. And Ryan Hall just can't stop scoring at the moment.
It's been a problem all year, hasn't it, Castleford defence? You'll see them coming out of the line. You can't afford to do that. It left them with so much overlap. Nicely finished by Ryan Hall. But you can't have players go right out of it. And you saw there, Ryan McGoldrick, he put a lot of pressure on his own defenders. Cannot afford to do that. You come right out of the line on the angle, you're in no man's land, you are no use or ornament.
And I think that's the difference, isn't it? We see sometimes is the better sides seem to be able to get into the opposition 20 and create so much and end up scoring points. We saw Castleford have a couple of sets there before and didn't really come up with enough to challenge the Leeds Rhinos.
Well, a difficult kick for Kevin Sinfield's first effort, but if anyone can, this fella can. And he has.
Well, I wonder, Sean, whether to expand on that. Skill is the difference then between the best and the rest in this competition. The skill of the kick there that's just been converted on the sideline, and the ability to put 6 quick passes together accurately whilst under pressure.
Yeah, totally agree.
He'll be happy, will Brian McDermott, knowing already. He would have been looking at the videotapes of the previous Tigers games and know that the misunderstanding in that defensive line when they're under pressure near their own try line is just all over the shop. Big problem for Stuart Donlan.
Luluai will get to his feet, play the ball here to Kevin Sinfield. Little step from Delaney, who I must say is a lot more at home, isn't he, in the second row than he was in the centres at the start of his Leeds Rhinos career. This is Ablett now, who is the loose forward.
I agree with you, Eddie, because he knows he has to roll up the sleeves a little bit. You know, 3/4 sometimes have a tendency to just fall asleep, get out of the sink of the game, but you've got to keep at it. Give him work. Oh, it's a bad pass. Lucky to retrieve that. He's called it a knock-on.
He has, and you probably noticed at the bottom of the screen, Salford are leading the London Broncos 4-0 at the City of Salford Stadium. Here at the Probus Coliseum, we're watching again here as Pitts just knocks the ball forward, just lost control of it.
Just took his eyes off it, just slightly, but it wasn't the best pass either. Slipping behind him.
Chance for Castleford then to reply to that Leeds Rhinos try. Chase gets the ball away to Richard Owen, and he has got the wingman Nick Youngquest out here. Chase.
They have the talent, Eddie, as this Castleford side, especially with the likes of Rangi Chase, Danny Orr, and the way that Richard Owen, he's having a fine season, the way that he links in the 3/4 line, give him half a chance, he can be so creative.
Well, we saw them dent Salford's opening night party, and things haven't really gone right, either on or off the field, to be fair, for this club since that night. This is Chase, gets it wide, and it's Brett Ferris. And Ferris is so close to the line, but look at the Leeds defence there in numbers. But the referee has pinged Leeds for a high shot on Ferris as he was trying to barge his way to the line.
Certainly was, and that would have ricocheted as well. It would have hurt him. Nice move using the big fella out wide on that right-hand side, but there certainly was a slap across the head.
Well, Jones will take it back in to where it hurts for Castleford again. There's the dummy half, Adam Milner. The pass away to Emmett, and he's trying to use himself as a human battering ram to get through Delaney and over the line. Milner is there again. Back he comes to Danny Orr. Nice pass to Rangi Chase. Delayed ball then found Owen, and that is deemed to have been a knock-on as well. Just over-egging the pudding slightly.
Yeah, he came a little bit too early to the full-back, and you can see that the ball just goes slightly behind him. It's all about split seconds in this game. Difference between going through the gap or losing possession.
Yeah, and I think the pass from Rangi Chase was forced by good Leeds defence. They read that. They saw Danny Orr, Rangi Chase and Richard Owen all were hovering, just waiting and waiting. There was a couple of settled plays there, and then that play was on. Leeds have clearly done their homework on that play.
Here comes Jay Pitts again. I say, I've lost count of the number of times I've mentioned Jay Pitts in the opening 15.5 minutes of this match.
Yeah, he's rolled the sleeves up, hasn't he?
Really has, hasn't he? Getting an extended run because Jamie Jones-Buchanan, among others, is out of the side injured. Maguire, that's good play. That is play on. Rangi Chase has swooped on it. I think the referee will ask the video referee to have another look at this. He will indeed. But Rangi Chase picked up the loose ball, He has yet to score this year. His last try for Castleford was his wonder try against Leeds in the Challenge Cup semi-final last year. Is this one going to get the green light from Richard Silverwood?
Well, Danny Maguire gets the ball away, and it's just touched there, you can see.
Yeah, but he's going to make the tackle. He's not looking at the ball.
He's got to make sure Kirk Dixon deliberately put the hand out, and I think he's not going to look for the touchdown, so this could be turned down.
Easy decision, that. Easy decision.
You don't think he was trying to attack the man and ball?
Well, the ball is out as a pass. Come off his hand, it's knocked forward. It's a simple knock on.
It was confusing over the past few seasons. Was he going to try to attempt to... He's got to make a decision, Richard Silverwood. The Tigers fans don't like it, but I think he's got it spot on as the official.
And you think it is obvious, Sean, because the ball has left the hand in the pass?
Absolutely, 100% the right decision, that.
Okay, the man has spoken and the button has been pressed. There's no need to argue. Here's Pitts again.
So that'll be the end of it then.
Absolutely. I mean, fair play. I mean, it's a knock-on, it's a knock-on. There's nothing you can do about it, is there?
Good.
Come on.
Maybe there's a case for saying that all tackles like that should be deemed to be a knock-on.
Oh, beautiful work.
It is with Callum Watkins. Oh, he just didn't get to it. And the Leeds have knocked the ball out. They know it's Castleford who've knocked the ball out.
It's a drop out underneath the sticks. Oh, superb play by Danny Maguire. That little jinker, that little step created so much. Look at that. Brilliant. Leaves him out, back on the inside. He was just dipping through there.
I think this should be a 20-metre restart, shouldn't it? Did the Castleford player actually kick this dead?
I think so. I think it's the Castleford player. I think it's Owen that gets a fingertip to, is it?
It's not a wonder, though, that Leeds are going to try and put the ball in Callum Watkins' hands, isn't it? So many times this season, the ball's gone to the left-hand side of the field, almost twice as often as to the right, and I guess that they're going to address that and put the ball in Callum Watkins' hands, because he is dynamite.
Don't think there's any doubt it was a Castleford Tigers leg that knocked it out. I think there is a debate about whether it was a forward pass.
He could have brought it back for that. I'm with you on that one, Eddie.
Goal line drop out from Dixon, gets to halfway. Webb is underneath it. Lulawai will charge it back.
But isn't it great to see the likes of Danny Maguire, who suffered with so many injuries, missed most of the start of last season, and to see the skill factor, fantastic.
Burrow and Lulawai again. That's good tackling by Brett Ferris on Kylie Lulawai. There's Burrow. Maguire again. Sinfield. He's going to give this as another knock-on. Well, he's consistent, James Child, with that.
Well, he's consistent because he's got it right. There you see, quite clearly. No problems in my mind that Kirk Dixon gets a hand to it on the second occasion. Well spotted with a man with a whistle.
It's the best way to deal with that. Honestly, it is the best way. It takes out any grey area whatsoever.
So you think this business of simultaneous tackle and the ball being knocked out, that should be wiped off the rule book as well?
Once the ball has left the hand, yeah, absolutely.
No, I'm talking about when the ball hasn't left the hand and it's knocked down.
That's a slightly different interpretation.
And you could see that the ball had left his hands.
Oh, that's a forward
pass, yeah.
Brett Webb won't be happy.
Well, that was forward, and so was that. In fact, the one from Rob Burrow perhaps was more forward. It's this whole momentum rule, isn't it? But
Okay, let's lock in. Let's get
probably we're getting into some dangerous areas here in regard to the official and the interpretation of the laws of the game.
He's done a good job so far.
Well, I've agreed with him.
Gone.
I've agreed with him fully.
Wait. Go.
Well, so long as you have, that means he's doing a great job. And Sean's in accordance as well.
Go.
It's always a good contest when Castleford take on Leeds although they did lose to Leeds 3 times last year. They're now 12th in the table. Castleford kept off the foot of the league ladder by pointless London Broncos and Widnes. London tonight at Salford seeking their first win of the season. It was 4-0 to Salford last time we heard. And Rangi Chase, a kick over the top, which will run touch and goal. Not the best.
No, he'll be disappointed with that. You could see he wanted to try to get the backspin on it, but it was far too strong.
On his foot.
Interesting to see, though, the Leeds defence on that short blind side allowed him plenty of time to get the kick away, so he wasn't really under pressure.
Midway through this first half, then Leeds just ahead, 6-0. Castleford giving them a bit of a fight, though. Burrow, Peacock. Jamie Peacock, MBE, returns to the side after being rested against Widnes.
And they've done a good job with the Castleford defence on the big fella Peacock.
Burrow, very dangerous, gets the ball away brilliantly to Sinfield. Short ball then to Maguire. Good job that Milner was there on his back.
Kick to the left-hand side is on.
Last tackle, it's going that way from the boot of Sinfield. Oh, it was an awkward bounce. And well taken by Josh Griffin.
Oh, it just dipped in front of him, didn't he?
Locked in.
Great pressure kick.
Danny Orr.
Come on, Brett.
That bounce is hardly there, is it?
Yeah, as Phil Clark mentioned, it must be very soggy out there.
Well, there doesn't seem to have been any rain for months, and when we arrived, the car park was almost underwater, wasn't it? I don't know what's happened in this part of the world.
I think it's a natural spring.
Kyle, hold, go.
It was a Roman fort here, wasn't it, originally at one time? It was a Roman settlement, Castleford.
Yes, well, obviously it's built on the ford then.
One day you'll agree with me.
We wanted to play on and get on with it quickly. Crowd a little bit anxious. That's a better kick from Rangi Chase. Ryan Hall will have to run this out. Does.
Oh, good defence as well. And the numbers there. Now it's important to keep them down. Oh, that's a dodgy pass under your own stick.
It's asking a lot, that, of Ben Jones-Bishop.
Oh, he didn't expect it. I know you always say you should.
The Tigers have been reliant on kicking the ball and chasing it very well. They're not as strong or as powerful maybe to get forward as the Leeds side, and therefore when they kick it they know they have to chase, but somehow they're going to have to find a way of matching Leeds when they're going forward, whether it be scoops and runs like that from Rob Burrow or more powerful plays by Darryl Griffin and Peacock.
Well, I tell you what, the prop forward Jake Emmett, previous to the last tackle, they were very, very fortunate. That was a head-eye shot, not seen, and that'll just... No, it won't. What a wonderful kick and great defence. Over he goes. Listen to the visiting crowd. That's the reason, or one of them anyway, that the Rhinos are world champions. Backspin on it. Look at this. A soft ground. Here they come. Bang. Let's take him back.
That's one of the benefits of playing in the World Club Challenge, because their opponents, Manly, did that twice to them. And I think they've learnt particularly, look, this kick's fantastic, the chase is excellent, and this puts them in a great position here now to put some more points on the board.
And it's also a great read, isn't it? You know, they talk about golfers that can put a ball onto a green and then read the green really well. Well, that's a similar thing from Danny Maguire. He summed this pitch up, he knows it's soft, he knows the ball is going to pull up.
And so here they come on this repeat set, the Leeds Rhinos with Peacock.
Hold, go.
Maguire's waiting. And Ablett will take it forward again for Leeds.
Amazing, isn't it? The first 10 minutes, Leeds were finding it very difficult to get over that advantage line. Now they're controlling it.
Delaney.
Oh, well done, Wavy had to reach back for it.
Took that brilliantly. Fires it wide to Hardaker. And the referee said that one was okay. And Ryan Hall gets away from them and will get in the corner. Now then, he's going to have a look at this, or ask Richard Silverwood to, just to check about that knock-on. Was there a knock-on there? If it is not a knock-on, and Richard Silverwood agrees with the interpretation of Mr. Child, this will be Ryan Hall's second try.
Well, there's a touch there, and, well, he's going to classify, did it go back? But you've got to say, it wasn't the best attempt by Josh Griffin. He certainly touches it, doesn't he? there. Yeah, that's a knock-on. I would classify that as a knock-on. And I don't think we'll even bother going to see the touchdown. That's a knock-on. Either way, if it's turned down, it will save some embarrassment.
Changes direction, doesn't it? And it looks like it's going forward from that angle. You'd have to say, balance of probability, that is a knock-on. The ball's gone forward off his hand.
But Griffin goes high. He's looking at it. Oh, wow.
Well, it looks like Richard Silverwood, having had a few looks, agrees with James Childs' view that the ball went backwards. The try is given. Well, that one has a few of us scratching our heads. They deem the ball's gone backwards, off the fingertips. I don't think even Ryan Hall can believe it, frankly.
No. I mean, it all came about by a beautiful kick by Danny Maguire, didn't it? That applied the pressure. This is it. And you can see there that Richard Owen tried his damnedest to get into it, but they had the numbers. That was great. Great work. And, you know, the second row, Jay Pitts, as Eddie has already mentioned, talk about his workload today. That should have been classified as a knock-on, but we are not the video referee. And a little bit of embarrassment for a man called Josh Griffin. Went far too high. It's such a big unit, Ryan Hall. Great upper body strength, and it was on display there. And the Mr. Magic, Kevin Sinfield, add the extra 2.
He managed it not long ago, and he has managed it again, Kevin Sinfield. Fantastic kicker of the ball. He's played and scored in the last 46 games now, since he last missed a match against Castleford. August 2010, he kicked the vital penalty, but that, well, you can hear what the Castleford crowd think of it in the background. It's deemed to have not been that knock-on, this.
Well, Eddie, I think whether it's a knock-on or not, obviously it isn't, because Richard Silverwood said it isn't, but you're still entitled to make that tackle. I mean, Josh Griffin put himself in a bad position. I know Ryan Hall's a big, powerful man, but realistically, you play the whistle, and that's a one-on-one tackle that he'll be very disappointed with. He'll review that on tape and know that he hasn't got himself in great position.
And that has been their problem all season. As I say, last week, they got just absolutely ripped apart by Wigan out wide. The biggest problem defensive-wise was the Castleford, both wingers and centres, they were all over the shop.
Well, it's pretty clear, isn't it, that Leeds now starting to dominate possession. Their opponents are dropping off a few tackles that they're starting to miss. There's an element of fatigue fitting in, and the stats are pointing in now to a very big Leeds win. 30 points plus if things continue. The Tigers need to do something desperate here now to live with Leeds for the next 10 minutes.
Yes, a match that started so well for them for 10 minutes or so, but they have dropped off a bit. This is a knock-on.
Good defence as
hit the
well.
Castleford player. Sinfield could not keep hold of the ball, and the ball went forward, hit the Castleford player. So it's deemed to be a knock-on. There it is, bang.
Yeah, as soon as it hit the Ferris man. Brett, that is.
Head in, arms around, nice and
Lost
tight.
control, straight into it.
Well, Eddie, you've got your hands up saying, I know what you're going to ask, but the difference is that Kevin Sinfield has actually knocked that ball forward. He wasn't attempting to pass the ball backwards at all. He wasn't attempting to pass lateral. He's actually lost control of that ball into a Castleford player.
So important now, the Tigers really launch an attack. They've got to get something to go into the half-time sheds, get their confidence.
On the 10, right, Darryl?
Yes, they would give their all for a try here. And Chase maybe can open this Leeds defence. Good short ball to Owen, but great tackling by Burrow.
Didn't he read it well?
Dixon finds Chase again. Oh, and pinched. Easy. And away goes Callum Watkins. They're not going to stop him. They will not stop Watkins. Young Quest doing his best. But Watkins goes all the way. And Watkins so quick. And when they get the opportunities like that, when he gets the opportunities like that, he's now scored in every game he's played so far this year. And Watkins was not going to be stopped. He is a tremendous prospect at 20. He's a fantastic player, big, strong centre. got pace to burn, and he proves it here.
You've got to make sure you control the ball, and they didn't. They just lost it, popped up right into the hands, and again, poor defence. Two Castleford players going high. Perhaps he didn't realise that Youngquest was coming at him, but he had the momentum to go over. And it wasn't good play, was it? I think it was Massey that lost control right into the hands of Watkins. He was easing up before Youngquest got to him, but momentum takes him over.
You know, most people when they score sort of a breakaway or interception try like that haven't been involved in a tackle and broken 2 tackles before they then start to race the chasers. He's a phenomenal athlete and a brilliant rugby player.
He is. It was almost gift wrap for him, wasn't it? It wasn't the very best pass, I must say, from Rangi. I think he fooled everybody, including his own player, with that.
But he's had 3 collisions, Eddie, before he's even started that 70-metre race. And it does slow you down. Here's another kick. Just look how long he keeps his head down for.
Yes. I bet he'd make
is that a cricketer? That
well,
the same cricket,
he'd make a
great
great golfer.
Over the ball.
Great golfer keeps his head down over the ball.
Well, there's the incident back on the inside, and the big fella just couldn't keep control of it. It was a gift, but
Do you blame the passer or do you blame the receiver?
I blame the 2 people that he went through when he got the ball, this fella. Defence again is letting the Tigers down. He's elated and has every right to feel that way.
So Dixon restarts, Maguire's underneath it. Here's Peacock again.
Move! Hold on a bit, wait.
You don't get many opportunities to apply pressure and get in a good position against the Leeds defence. And Castleford on the last 2 occasions, they really have come up with poor options. That was even worse, wasn't it, to lose control of possession?
It was. The Leeds Rhinos seeking their 130th away win in Super League in their 214th game on the road. You'll be able to relive this match one way or the other in Super League full-time Sunday night at 10 on Sky Sports 2 HD. All the tries from this 5th round of the Stobart Super League will be there for you to enjoy for the first time after final whistles are blown on Sunday. That's another great kick. And that's another fantastic chase.
Control the game, kick, chase, apply the pressure. That's where the errors come, and they've been coming to plenty of late from this Tigers outfit.
Salford leading London Broncos 14-0. 4 minutes to half-time there. And that's a worry for the London Broncos.
They're just not getting it together, are they?
Well, David Hughes has put his money where his mouth is this year. And they can't seem to get off the mark.
Well, there's one number 9 just come on here, be behind the play. The ball, Darryl Clark for Castleford. He could be a spark for the Tigers here. We'll probably see another young hooker later on. The modern game is all about speed, and the Tigers are showing it here.
Oh, the ball is flicked through the hands of Rangi Chase. Just didn't have the studs to keep him up, and somehow he keeps it alive. Here is Danny Orr now. Moore tries to slide the kick over the top, and it wasn't able to be collected by Griffin.
Well, that surprised me. They went on the 4th. Whether they've just lost the count, I don't know, but I thought, well, we'll get the kick in there, but he was going backwards, Ryan Hall, but maybe another play the ball would have been a little bit better.
I think that's off a Leeds man, isn't it? I think it's off Ryan Hall, that, isn't it?
Well, Ryan Hall touches it first.
Okay. 20 metres, guys, just wait, Rob.
Well, you'd have to indicate that it's got to be. Well, they're taking it back again. No, they're going to tap it on the 20.
Okay. Go.
Oh, mystifying.
It looked for all the, well, like a knock-on from Ryan Hall, but it's a tap on the 20-metre line
Well, he obviously
for
deemed,
the Rhinos.
He obviously deemed that Ryan Hall did touch it, but it went backwards. So fair play.
Move. Just wait down.
It bounced off Josh Griffin on the back of the head, but there was no way in the world that he was in anywhere.
Well, he didn't intend
shape to do that. No.
Move, Jake.
Now this is where Leeds are so strong.
Go.
They know they've got their opposition just a little bit shaky, and runs like that from Rob Burrow, it's going to be a feature this year. He really is enjoying his position, playing hooker.
Maguire's cut down by the tackle from Brett Ferris, and he's hurt. It's Danny Maguire. Oh, high again off the boot of Sinfielder. Hawking kick it was. It's loose. Oh, nobody wanted it. Nobody seemed to want it.
Well,
And it was Clarkson who was holding a board meeting. Maybe he was offside. Maybe he was offside to kick Clarkson. He must have been. He must have known he was offside, otherwise he'd have gone for that first time.
Well, James Child, that is wonderful refereeing if that's the case. That's the only reason that I can understand why Clarkson didn't dive on it straight away, because he hesitated. Boy,
I think he thought that Ablett was going to down the ball there. I think because if you think you're offside, you're inside the 10 anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But he eventually played at it. It didn't make any difference because he knocked it on. So
if he's inside the 10, isn't it a penalty?
That's my point. So I don't think he was offside.
Shouldn't have been a penalty anyway.
No, but I think that Carl Ablett. I thought he thought that Carl Ablett was going to ground the ball.
Well, here is a penalty for Castleford anyway for a high tackle. Let's just have another look at this high kick. The ball is on the foot.
And most of them are in front. In fact, there's only 2, maybe 3 at the most behind. So it should have been a penalty. Either way, the Tigers,
they've got a chance with Danny Orr.
quick run by Clark from dummy half. Get the other penalty.
And this is Nathan Massey. They could do with a try here. They would mortgage the ground to get 6 points before half-time, the Tigers. Would give them hope for the second half. Mitchell will take it forward. Just short.
Utilise the dummy run, and now he's gone on his own.
Darryl Clark dives in from dummy half, does he? Yes, he does. The youngsters come off the bench, Darryl Clark, and he has scored a priceless try for the Tigers just before half-time. Gets them back in the match, because the kick's going to come from bang in front. You'd think it'll be 18-6 in a moment off the boot of Dixon, but Darryl Clark's quick thinking from dummy half has given the Tigers some hope.
And a good substitution by the standing coach, Stuart Donlan. Brings on Darryl Clark. This is the build-up to it. And a quick play of the ball. That's what they were after. And you can see the lead just a little bit out of sync there, and he utilises the post. That is quick thinking from Darryl Clark. Well done. Gets right underneath it. Spins the padding round the post, and that was sufficient.
So Dixon to add the extras. This should be academic for a man of this quality. And so it is. The ball leaves the ground, but the Tigers are on the board. Castleford 6, Leeds 18.
And that is the lifeline that they needed. Perhaps if they would have gone in 18-0 down at half-time, they may have been a little bit despondent, the shoulders may have sagged, heads may have bowed down, but not on that occasion.
Mind you, Steve-O, there is 4.5 minutes to go.
I realise that, but they needed to fill it.
They do, and they need now to defend their line and to work this ball away as it comes out of the sky from Sinfield's boot. Owen is underneath it. Clarkson is chasing and gets the Tigers man. 20-0 Salford ahead at half-time against the London Broncos. Great first half for Salford, bemoaning London Broncos, of course, but for the Salford City Reds and Phil Vivers, fantastic. You'll be able to see those tries later on in Super League Extra Time. You press the red button, you can now record Super League Extra Time if you can't join the programme live via your Sky Remote and the TV guide. But Super League Extra Time will feature all the action from Salford and all the analysis and the coaches' interviews from here as well.
And another good run by Darryl Clark. Very quick play the ball. Caught Leeds offside, get the penalty. It's an amazing ratio, the amount of times a try is scored from a resultant penalty given by the opposition.
Solid run here from Mitchell. It was a good tackle by Watkins that stopped him originally. Darryl Griffin and Delaney in there. That's good ball to Randy Chase. Short ball from him. They're in again here. It's Kirk Dixon. The referee hasn't given it yet. Was there a fumble? He wants to check the grounding. Was there a fumble, or did the ball actually bobble away after it had found the grass behind the try line? It's another decision for Richard Silverwood, but what a boost this would be for the Tigers.
It certainly bounces up, but I think you'll find that Dixon's got it down. Yeah, no trouble with that at all.
The game's turned round in the last 2 minutes. It's turned upside down.
They were looking at a brick wall, but the bazooka has just blown it away, and there's the confirmation. And all of a sudden, the Castleford Tigers fans, they found their voice.
And somebody must have told the Castleford Tigers that the margin meter was predicting a massive win for Leeds, because this has sparked them up. And Dixon's try, the goal to come hopefully from Dixon from a Castleford point of view, and the match is alive.
It certainly is. Neat delayed pass by Rangi Chase puts Dixon in, and the build-up to that was very similar to the previous try that Clark scored. It was a good solid run by the sub Lee Mitchell on both occasions that has brought up 2 tries for the Tigers, and they are running hot.
Well, one of the things you need to win the game is the ball, and the fact that they keep getting given penalties by the referee is helping them downfield. It's giving them more possession and possibly another 2 points.
It's a big kick for Dixon, but he has kicked these many times in his career. Oh, but he has hooked this one the wrong side of the post. But still, 18-0 it was, 18-10 it is now. And still a couple of minutes to go to half-time.
Well, they certainly needed the extra, and there's Brian McDermott. He perhaps will be pondering the fact that they've given away 2 penalties, which has resulted in the Tigers dragging themselves back into this game. But what a wonderful pair of substitutions by Stuart Donlan. He brought on Darryl Clark, Lee Mitchell off the bench, and they have put them back in. He'll be very, very proud indeed. They were in a big hole. They found a ladder to get at least halfway out of it.
Wait, guys, just wait.
Yes, they have. As Ferris plays the ball again, and Massey will drive it forward for Castleford.
Hold. Go.
Danny Orr. Here's Jake Emmett, halted on the halfway line.
Move. Wait.
Griffin and Delaney were there.
Go.
Here's the young Clark again, finds Orr. Chase. Richard Owen. Good job he was alert then.
Great play by Carl Ablett. Knew exactly what Rangi Chase was doing.
That's a neat chip through by Chase, but Brent Webb had read the script.
Didn't drop deep, did he, to the full-back? Fully aware of the qualities of Rangi Chase.
Well, that ball has come out. Penalty. Stolen. Rangi Chase with a little nudge on the football.
Yeah, just at that moment, and silly really, is it put his own players under a lot of pressure, because Leeds are not the type of side that will just trundle it forward and be quite happy to go in at half-time with an 8-point lead. They'll be looking for more points, don't worry.
And they are here with Burrow. The ball though has hit the deck. Rangi Chase has it back.
He's got to be offside.
It's still not over this, because the tackle has not been completed. Referees wipe the tackle count down. Rob Burrow fancies something here. He finds Danny Maguire, who is pulled down. That's half-time. Very good job that Oliver Holmes was there, because Maguire was over for what would be a customary try against the Castleford Tigers, bearing in mind his record against them. But Kirk Dixon knows his try maybe should have been improved by his own boot. It wasn't.